All right, welcome to our guests who are here in person this evening for another night with the Socio-Economic Networkers. My name is Whitney Owens Park, and we are really excited to have our entrepreneur, Claudia Ballesteros. She has been a successful entrepreneur for several years now. And when she first found this opportunity, she just needed a few extra $100 to make her ends meet. And what she found was not only that, much more than that, but her health. And so I'm very excited to be able to hear her story and for that story to be shared with you, because this opportunity is being shared with you because somebody thinks that you have the talent, you have the ability to make this an opportunity for yourself as well. So with that, I'm going to pass the torch on to Claudia, and we look forward to hearing your the opportunity from your perspective.
Thank you, Whitney, and thank you for inviting me tonight. And it's a pleasure for me to be able to join you all today, and to share my story and to share the all the benefits that this opportunity has brought to me. It's always a pleasure to be able to share with other people all over the world and all over our country. And so, thank you all for inviting me. And I hope that the words that you hear tonight help you or help someone that you know also find exactly what it is that they're looking for. Because a lot of the times, if you're like me, I didn't know that I was looking for something when they invited me. I really thought that I had everything, figured out and that I was fine. Little did I know that that wasn't true. And so thank God that the person who invited me did not give up. They continued to invite me for almost 3 years, until I was able to realize that this is exactly what I needed. And so I'm so glad to be able to share that story with you all tonight. Okay. So you want to go ahead and share the slides? Okay, so for those of you that are joining us tonight for the first time, if someone invited you and you're not familiar with this presentation, what we're doing today is something that happens all over the world, every night of the week pretty much. We're a part of Socio-Economic Networkers. We're a team of members worldwide where we are bringing the good news to people that there is a different way where you can better your economy, where you can become a part of a team that teaches us how to adapt, encourages our personal growth, teaches us how to provide a social contribution. And by result, what happens is that when you grow yourself and when you contribute to the society, to everyone around you, you actually achieve financial freedom. And that's what I really like about this opportunity, because I have 3 degrees. I started when I graduated high school, I knew that I needed to go to college. That was something that my parents always drilled into me. They said, if you want a better life, if you don't want to be poor the rest of your life, then you need to go to college and get an education. And so I followed all the rules. I did that. I went to school, I got a degree, and I did very well. Thank God for that. But then as time went on, I started struggling again. And so my natural intuition was that I needed to get more education, right? So I went back to school and got a different degree, and thinking that that was going to now improve my life again. But little did I know that everything was changing. And so sometimes when we follow the regular way of making money, we don't achieve financial freedom. And that is what we're here to do, is we want you to learn how you can grow personally, how you can help society, and by that, you can also achieve financial freedom. And so why was it, if we can go on to the next slide, why was it that my degree was no longer working? Was I doing something wrong? Was I in the wrong field? Well, not at all. Really, what very few people know, what they don't really teach us, is that there's social economic transitions. The way that we make money is constantly changing, and we adapt it to our lives. We know that the way that we live changes, right? We know that we have to bank differently. We know that we even like to get our hair cut. We like to change our clothes. We like to buy new cars. And so we like change and we embrace it. But a lot of the times we don't realize that that change is also coming to the way that we make money. So when I was a little girl, my grandparents and my parents, they made a living off the land. The people that had the lands, they're the ones that had the financial independence. They're the ones that had the money, and then they had the people working the lands for them, right? But primarily people made money through the agricultural era, through working the lands. And then came the industrial era, where now people started migrating to the cities, and that's when everybody started going to school and becoming, engineers and getting degrees, because then they were told that in order to have financial freedom or to be financially successful, you had to get a job. And that's when we started getting programmed into becoming an employee, that employee mentality, right? And that did very well for a lot of people. There's a lot of people that went in, they got their pensions, and they were able to retire. And so that came true for a lot of people, but that also has changed, right? You hear about it all the time where people retire and they can't make ends meet with that pension that they get anymore. And some of them don't even offer that pension. We have to fall back to Social Security, which we keep hearing threats that that's also going to be going away. And so we can't really rely on that. But then after that came the third revolution, which was the internet revolution. And so what happened there is that people were able to connect worldwide. And so it opened up the world of opportunity for a lot of individuals that were willing to learn the technology, that were willing to adapt. But what happened to the people that didn't adapt? Those people were out of a job, those people went out of business. And I mention that because all of these transitions, we can't avoid them. They don't ask us for permission. They're going to happen whether we want them to happen or not. However, we don't have to be hurt from them. We can actually win because of them and use them and embrace them so that we can use them to our advantage. And so just like it happened with the internet revolution, a lot of people opened up e-commerce businesses. They were connected. They got, they were better off. And at the same token, there was other people that did not do better. And there was a lot of people that were displaced because the internet connected a lot of companies and they didn't need to have a staff everywhere, right? And that's what we're seeing again now. We're seeing technology advance, and now we're coming into the fourth revolution, which is artificial intelligence. And it's already here. It's already here. And we're the ones that are asking it. We want convenience. We want speed. We want everything cheaper. And so they're meeting our demands, but at the same time, they're also displacing a lot of workers. I don't know if in your part of the country, you're seeing some of the changes that I'm seeing, but like when I go to the airport, there's hardly any more attendants there at the check-in stands. You usually have to go to a kiosk, right? You go to the kiosk and you check in at the kiosk and you just drop off your bag. And where there used to be, lines of people working the stands, there's not anymore. There's maybe one person per airline, right? So all of those people have been displaced. McDonald's is having kiosks. Taco Bell, is having kiosks. And so we see it everywhere. Our bank, I don't even have to go to the bank anymore. I can just deposit at an ATM machine. I can get money from the ATM machine. So it's very, very infrequent where I actually need to go to the bank. I do everything online. And I'm sure a lot of people have this, a smartphone. This is artificial intelligence. And so what does it do? It tells me, it learns my habits. It tells me that it knows what I want to look for, what I want to search for. And so artificial intelligence is here. It's not going to go away, but it's displacing a lot of workers, and it's displacing people that are not learning how to use it, to adapt to it. For example, also at the Walmart by my house, they already have where you can shop online and then you just go and you pick up your order. Even McDonald's has that. McDonald's has where you can just buy with your app and then you just go, you park in a special spot and they come out and they give you your order. So that's artificial intelligence, really. It's where you're doing everything through technology. People are getting used to it. That's why there's so many stores like Sears, like Toys R Us that are closing down because they didn't embrace it. They didn't embrace the online sales. And most of you here, you've probably already bought something online. I know that most of my Christmas shopping, I do it online because I can avoid the lines. I can avoid the lines and I can compare prices. I go on to the websites and I compare the prices. And so I'm getting the best deal that way. And so people are used to that. People are used to shopping differently now. They're used to banking differently now. And so when we can use that to our advantage to make money from that and to also teach other people how to do that, then we all win from that. And that's exactly what we want to share with you today, how you can take advantage of this fourth revolution that's taking place and use it to your benefit. Because ironically, there's more money in the world now. You hear about people, filing bankruptcy and people struggling, but the truth is that there's a lot more money in the world now. And this is something that I didn't know. When I was struggling, I thought, well, the housing market is down, the economy is down, so I thought there was less money in the world. And when they told me, no, there's a lot more money in the world now than before, and I thought, then why are my family's finances not secure? Because when they asked me this question, I knew that if I lost my job, then I only had maybe a couple weeks, a couple of months where I was going to be able to relax before I really had to, start making money again, because there was no way that my finances were secure, for that long. And that really scared me when I realized that, especially since I'm a single mom. I'm like, what are my kids going to do if I lose my job? And so, no, my family's finances were not secure. And so I didn't know how to thrive economically in the next 5 to 10 years. And I knew that because the situation that I found myself in was actually worse than the 5 years before that. My health was worse. I didn't have any more time. I had less time. And my finances actually were worse, because even though I was making a little bit more money than the 5 years before, everything was more expensive. Everything was more expensive. And so basically it felt like I was making less money because everything was more expensive. And I had only gotten like a 5% raise, a 10% raise in the last 5 to 10 years. And that's unfortunately what we're seeing everywhere. And so I was not going to be able to retire early. When they asked me, do you think you're going to be able to retire early? And I'm like, I'll be lucky if I'll be able to retire, period, And that's what you see. You see a lot of people that can't retire anymore. And there's a difference between not retiring because you love what you do and because you want to keep working, and not retiring because you can't afford to retire. And I didn't want to have to be the one that didn't retire because I couldn't afford to retire. And so was I prepared to face the future? I was not. But now I am. And that's why I'm here tonight sharing with you this information, so that you also can become aware that there's a different way how you can make money so that you can be prepared to face the future. And it comes through this. It comes through a different distribution model. Like I mentioned before, people are used to shopping differently. People are used to going directly online and shopping online, shopping on their phone. They pay their bills like that way. They bank that way. And so because of that, this distribution model that we see here now is a lot more important in this century than it was in the last century. It was available last century, but people didn't embrace it. They didn't trust it. But now they trust it, they embrace it, they prefer it. Whereas before, the factory would manufacture something and then they would have to ship it to the wholesaler, and then they had to warehouse it, and then the store would have it, and then you would see the commercials, you would see the promotion. So then you would go to the store as a consumer and you would pay full price, and everybody would get a piece of your money except for yourself. Well, now there's a lot of companies out there that are realizing that word of mouth recommendation is actually much more valuable to them. People trust you. The people that your friends, your family, if they see you bought something and they like it, and they ask you where did you get it, and you tell them, they're probably going to go get it from that same place. And so companies know this, and so they're embracing this model as well and saying, hey, you connect the shoppers with us and we'll share the profits with you. So that's exactly what we're doing here. We're not selling anything, we're connecting people to the factory. So for example, if you go to a restaurant and you love that restaurant and you recommend it, when people go eat there, you don't make any money from that. But in this scenario, every time you connect someone and they go and they shop and they eat there, then you would make money from here. Of course, we're not recommending a restaurant right now. That's not what we're talking about. But that's an example of one way where we're always recommending. We recommend movies, we recommend restaurants, we recommend, books, clothes. So we're always recommending, right? And so we hardly ever make any money out of those recommendations. But in this distribution model, you connect the people to the factory, and that factory will share the profits with you, because they know that word of mouth marketing is a lot more valuable, especially now that everybody likes to go directly to the source. And so what are the benefits? What are the other benefits other than it being convenient? Because it's convenient. People like it. People like to go directly to the source. And if you're going to make money from it, then you're going to want to connect more and more people to it, right? But other than the convenience and being able to make money from it, it's the type of money that we're able to generate that makes the big difference. And this is why I was struggling, after getting 3 degrees, after having a master's, and I'm not saying this to brag to you, because honestly, I think that was the reason why I didn't see this right away, because I was embarrassed that I was an administrator, that I had a master's degree, and I was struggling financially. I still could not say that I was financially free, that I had my bills paid for, that I was set. And the reason for that is because I was making linear income. I didn't even know that it was linear income. When they told me about this, I'm like, I didn't know. I didn't know, no wonder. And so there's 2 types of income that people make in the world. It's linear income or residual income. Residual is also known as passive income. And linear is when you trade your time for money. So if I went to work, they told me how much money I was going to make, and they told me when I had to be there, and they told me what my time was worth, right? And so that's the linear income. If you're a professional, if you work, if you get paid by the hour, if you get paid by the week, by the day, or even if you get paid, if you're a doctor and you get paid by patient, if you're an attorney and you get paid by client, you are making linear income because you're trading your time for money. And when you're in this type of income, your income is limited to what only you can do. And it's limited to the time that you have available. And that is why we struggle and we feel, a little more frustrated, because it takes so long to retire. And somebody else is dictating when you have to work, and somebody else is dictating how much your time is worth. And that is where I found myself. That's why I was frustrated. And when they showed me that I could make residual income, this is the type of income that if you write a book, an author makes residual income. They write the book one time, and every time the book sells, they make money. An artist, they record a song, and every time the song sells, they make money. That's residual income, and very few people in the world make it. It's authors, real estate investors, celebrities, and the other industry that makes this money is network marketers. And that is what we do when we connect, when we market a company and we connect a network of shoppers to that company, directly to them, not to us, then we are also able to make residual income. And so that is why this is so different. That is why here in 2 to 5 years, you could be financially independent. It just depends. The financial independence is different for everyone. For someone, it might be $100,000. For someone else, it might be $50,000. You decide. But it's very achievable if you work with the team, if you follow the system to be able to do it in 2 to 5 years. And the schedule is so flexible. I couldn't believe it, because I said, I really don't have a lot of time. I'm already working long days, and, I have family. And they said, no, you could do this on your lunchtime. You could do this instead of watching a movie on Netflix. You could do this during that 1 hour, 2 hours a day. It's flexible. It's when you're available. And the best thing about it is they told me that I could do it from my phone. And, honestly, we're always with our phone. We always have our phone, right? And so they said, you can call people, you can connect to them. This is what we're doing tonight. I'm here at home. You guys are at home, or I don't know where you're at. Sometimes people connect from, different places, the park, and so it's flexible. You get to do it from whatever is convenient for you. And so what ends up happening is that your income becomes unlimited. But you can go ahead and go to the next one. But who do we recommend? Who are we connecting everyone to? Who's the company that is willing to share their profit with us? The company we're talking about is For Life. They're the platform that support us. So they're the company that we connect those people that we know. We connect them to them so that they buy, these great products from them. And every time they buy from them, we make money. And I'll explain that a little bit more in one of the other slides. But For Life, what they did is that they specialize in the immune system. Because let me tell you, when you ask someone, if you were to ask someone, make a wish, most people are going to wish for one of 3 things. They're either going to wish for money, they're going to wish for better health, or they're going to wish for love. I mean, almost always they wish for those three things, right? And so we can help them with money, and we can help them with love. I mean, with their health. We can't help them with love. But let me tell you that when you feel better and you're making more money, those opportunities for love, seem to all of a sudden increase, right? Because all of a sudden you seem more attractive, you look healthier, you're making more money, and you attract people to you. So who knows, you might find love also in that formula. But For Life Company, they specialize in health. They specialize in our immune system because they know that everybody wants to be healthy. Nobody wants to be sick. And they also know that we're having an epidemic right now worldwide. Worldwide, there's more diseases, there's more illnesses, the cancer incidents are rising. And so they wanted to do something that could help everybody in an area that they all needed help, especially because David was suffering from a condition, where his health was fading. And so although they had been successful, they had money, he knew that without his health, he couldn't enjoy it. And so they discovered that in the 19th century, like around the mid-March, there was a third most important medical discovery. First was antibiotics, and then vaccines, and the third one was transfer factor. It's a natural molecule that enhances your immune system. It helps your immune system learn and recognize, and also it helps it remember. So it recognizes, it knows how to respond, and it remembers all of those threats that steal your health from you. So if you're healthier because your immune system is stronger, you're going to be able to have a better life. You're going to be able to enjoy, have more energy. That was the one thing that, my health was failing. I was always tired. I couldn't lose weight. And they told me that I had an autoimmune disease, that I was going to have to be on medications for the rest of my life. But when I started taking transfer factors, my energy started coming back. I started to lose weight, and slowly but surely the doctor was able to take me off my meds. And then they said, I don't know what you're doing, but you're just getting healthier. We hardly see this. And that's what we see with a lot of people that join our company. When they start taking transfer factors, their bodies start getting healthier. They starts healing itself. And so they're able to go off meds. Sometimes they're able to just enjoy life again. And so growing with our company is very, very easy. We have limitless opportunities here. We have all sorts of products, over 90 to pick from. You decide which ones you want to buy. Which ones are you already buying? A lot of times we're already buying this. I know that when I joined, I was already buying a lot of things at my natural health food store. I was already ordering a lot of things from Amazon. And so when I saw and I learned about transfer factors, I'm like, I need these in my life. I need to take this, right? And so whether you're looking to lose weight, whether you're looking to build muscle, essential oils are a big, big market right now. And, they're amazing. Your gut health. And so it's saying that we need to wrap it up in 10 minutes. And so if you're looking for better health, better gut health, then, we have a product for you. And so you decide what it is that you want to start with, and then the company will tell you which one is the best one for you. And we have a skincare line. Let me tell you, I always had suffered from acne, but when I started using the products, my skin started clearing up. I've never gotten compliments on my skin till recently, when people are starting to tell me, hey, what are you doing? Your skin has improved a lot. And that was something that, to me, I was very self-conscious about, because I had serious acne all my life. And so they're amazing. Talk to the person who invited you, and they'll tell you more about the products. But one quick way that we can make money, and this type of money is not residual income. This is just a bonus that we get. The company, in order to have a business, in order to qualify to make extra income, they require 100 points. So how much is 100 points? It's 2 of these. This is a product that enhances your immune system up to 437%, and this is valued at 50 points. And so 2 of these, and you already meet the requirement. You're already set to make money. And so imagine that. Your operating costs for your business is actually something that you're going to take that's going to improve your health. So anytime you buy more than 2 of these, you're going over, or 2 of these or their equivalent, you're going over, and you get 25% back. And when somebody signs on, when you connect someone to the company and they make their first purchase, you also make 25% from the first purchase of anybody new that you connect to the company. So depending on what they buy, you can make up to $100, anywhere from 25 to 100 extra dollars for that month when they make their first purchase. And so, and this is a bonus that I really, really love. You know, it's really helping our business grow, because when people see this, they can't believe that we can actually get paid twice for the same work. And this is how it works. It's the Me and My 3 bonus. So you buy, you're there and you buy your 100 points, 2 of these directly from the company, and you connect 3 people to buy them directly from the company as well. So now you have 3 people buying directly from the company that came in under you, and now the company is going to give you a builder bonus of $50. Okay, that's in addition to the residual income that we'll talk about in the future. Okay, so those 3 people, they also want to make an extra $50, so they do the same thing. They connect 3 people to buy from the company, also just 100 points. And now you're going to make, instead of $50 bonus, you're going to make a $200 bonus. And they are going to make a $50 bonus. Your first 3 are going to make the $50. So $200 extra dollars on top of the residual income. I mean, that's really neat, because Whitney was right. When I first joined, I was looking for an extra $300. That's what I needed to make my ends meet. And so when I saw this, I'm like, wow, just 3 people can get me an extra 200. That was amazing. But it doesn't stop there. It keeps going. Those 3 also connect their 3. They get $50. The other group gets $200. And now instead of a $200 bonus, you're going to get an $800 bonus. Imagine that, an extra $800. And you can get this bonus every month whenever these people buy their 2 products or their 3 or whatever it is that they buy from the company, not from you. When they buy them directly from them, you can get an extra $800 each month on top of the residual income, which we're going to go into in the next slide, I think. So, well, on top of the bonus, the builder bonus, we also get trips. You know, this is a great escape trip where they take you and a guest, whoever you want to take, on an all-expense trip for 2 people. And let me tell you, I haven't won this trip yet, but I plan to win it before the end of the year. And so they say that when they take you on this trip, that you don't pay for anything. From the moment you step out of your house, all the expenses are paid for. And it's not just any old trip, it's a luxury trip. And so, but how do we make residual income? The type of income that I encourage you to make, you know, if anything tonight, if you decide on anything tonight, decide that you need to make residual income in your life, because only then will you be able to have a better financial future, a more secure future. When you stop trading your time for money and you actually make money work for you, that's residual income. And so this is how it works with our company. This is an example of 6. The bonus builder that we were talking about was 3, but this is an example of 6. And so 6 people, and you, I don't know, we're running out of time, but if we lose the connection, just log back in and I'll finish it up really quick, okay? But so you connect 6 people, and instead of 100 points, because these people want to build a residual income, right? In this example, it's 250 points, which is like roughly 5 of these, right? Okay, so 6 people consuming 250 points from the company, here you're making an extra $30. But the extra 30 is really just the starting point, because you're going to teach these 6 people how to do the same thing. And on the next level, these 6 people talk to 6, and now you have 36. And on this rate, see how the company pays you more? They pay you 25% here, because they know that you didn't bring in the 36. You trained your 6 to bring in the 6. And because you trained, they reward you with 25%. And now you're making $1,170 plus the $30. So you're making an extra $1,200 a month plus the $800 bonus. That's over $2,000 a month right there, with you just bringing in 6 people. I'm like, this is amazing. And so those 36, you also teach them to do the same thing. Now it's 216, and now your level goes up. And so now you're making 4,900 from this level alone. And mind you, you did not invite the 216 people. You know, you invited your 6. They invited their 6, and those 6 invited 6. So now you're making over $6,000 a month in residual income. plus any other bonus that you might qualify for. But it continues to grow. When I first saw this, I'm like, I can't believe it. Only doctors that I knew of, because I've been in the medical field, only doctors make over $20,000 a month. And so I'm like, there's no way that where I'm at, I'll ever be able to make that. And so I thought I owe it to myself to see if this is for real. And so let me tell you, it is for real. The first month I met someone that was making way more than that, and I just couldn't believe it. But so who's going to show you, because I didn't know. I had, like I said, I had my master's, but this is not what I studied. And I told my friend, I said, I don't know how to do this. I don't like to sell. He's like, you don't need to sell. I said, but I've never done this. And he says, it doesn't matter, because there's a team here that teaches you how to do it. There's an educational system that walks you step by step on how to do this. And when he said educational system, I said, great, now I'm going to have another student loan. And when he said, no, the system is $15. Actually, no, the system, when I bought it, it was $20, and now it's $15. Instead of going up, it's going down, and it's great. That book tells you, I don't have it with me, but it tells you exactly what to do. So there's books, there's audios, there's videos, there's a whole team with over 18 years of experience in all these countries that will show you exactly what you need to do so you can make the money that you deserve. Okay, so don't worry about that. And so how do you start? You start at whatever level you want to start with. If you say, well, I want to try the products first, that's great. You sign up, you become a preferred customer, you get to try the products. They're wonderful. I tell you, the health benefits are amazing. But as a preferred customer, you can get free product, you can get bonus credits, but you don't make any money that way. But the health benefits are worth it, believe me. But there's people that like to sell. I don't like to sell, but there's people that like to sell. And some say, you know what, I want to sell them. If you want to do that, you can also sell. When you sell, you're still making linear income, because if you're not selling, you're not making money. And so that's still linear income. Or you can join us, as we're inviting you to join us, as an entrepreneur and become a professional network marketer. This is the way that you will build a network of distribution, and you will actually earn the residual income that we were talking about in the previous slide. So talk to the person who invited you, and they'll tell you how to get started with the option that's best for you. Okay. And so really that's it. That's as simple as it gets. You connect people to the company, they buy from them, and you make money. And then you show them how to connect people to the company, and they buy from the company, and then they also make money, and you make money. And so it's that simple. What are we waiting for? You can make your dreams come true just by doing that, just by shopping for something that is beneficial for you, beneficial for those that you love. You show them how to connect people to that, because we all recommend the things that we love. And with that, you're going to have better health, you're going to have more money, and eventually you might be able to quit your job and you'll have more time, that's my goal, is to have more time to be able to replace my full-time income with my residual income, which I know is going to happen. And at that time, then, I'll have a lot more time on my hands so that I can enjoy doing the things that I love, which probably is going to be sharing it with more people, because I really, really enjoy this. When I share this with someone and they start seeing the health benefits and they start seeing the financial rewards, they're always so thankful, and you can't put a price on that. And so because of that, that's why we continue.
So, as Claudia was saying at the very end of the presentation, we welcome you to the Socio-Economic change. We thank you for taking the time out to watch this presentation. And if you were invited to watch this presentation, that means that somebody believes that you are capable of making this opportunity into a career, into a life-changing opportunity, economic opportunity, and that they think that you have the ability to be an entrepreneur. And so please get back in touch with them, ask as many questions as you have, and really reflect on if this is going to be the right option for you. Certainly all of the people who are have made it their life choice are grateful for it, and I'm sure that is why they wanted to share it with you tonight. So have a blessed evening, and thank you again for coming to this presentation by the Social Economic Networkers. Have a wonderful evening.